What's up, guys? Welcome back to Drill Sergeant's Time. I'm Drill Sergeant. Today we're going to talk about the duty stations that you can get stationed at. I'm going to give you my top three and my bottom three of places that I either really want to go to or I am avoiding at all costs. Here we go. All right, coming in third place for best duty station that I would want to get stationed at is Fort Benning. Here's why. Fort Benning is a TRADOC base. They do basic training and OSIT training for infantry and Cav Scouts. It's a good base. They have a massive PX. The commissary is updated. They have multiple shot beds throughout the entire base. They even have little historical side of post when you go on main post, right? And the other good side of this is if you go to Benning and you get stationed there, you have opportunities to go to all kinds of schools. You can walk on to airborne school, ranger school's right there. You got your warrior training center that's got air assault, Pathfinder. Not a lot of Pathfinder places left. Rappel Master. The list goes on and on and on. So Fort Benning is number 3 for me. The houses are all kept up as well. They're all fairly new. Maintenance is wishy-washy a little bit, but it's like that on any military base. But I would put Fort Benning, Fort Moore now, change the name, at number 3. So second place for me was a tie. Okay, I had to pick between Fort Campbell and Fort Carson, and I haven't been to either of these bases yet. If I had to absolutely pick one of the two, I would probably pick Fort Campbell because it's warmer there. Carson, obviously up in the mountains, it rains a lot. The only difference. Fort Campbell is also a light unit. I like being light. I like not having to worry about my vehicles. I like being able to walk and not worry about having to drive anywhere, having my weight on my back instead of in the back of my truck, right? Fort Carson is strikers. So hey, we got a subscriber while we make the video. How about that, huh? But yeah, so I would have it was a two-way tie for second, and it's between Fort Carson and Fort Campbell. I don't know anything about the two bases. I just really want to get stationed at one of those two places. And coming in at first place for my all-time favorite duty station, Vicenza, Italy, with the 173rd. Okay, here's why. Being airborne is awesome. It's awesome. But I didn't put Fort Polk on this list, and I'll tell you why later. Living in Italy for 3 years was phenomenal. You got to experience the Italian culture because it's everywhere. It's everywhere in that country, in that town even. I got to do a lot of traveling. I went to Germany. Germany almost made the list. Put that at number 4 probably. Because I never got to be stationed there. I just did all my training there. But Italy was definitely the best duty station. It had the best quality of soldiers. It had so much to do, so much to see. You could go to Venice. You could go do anything on a weekend, and it was awesome. And you got to jump. We jumped all the time in Italy, and we also traveled so much. We went to freaking the Baltics, we went to Slovenia, like we went everywhere. So Italy was hands down my number 1 duty station. Don't be a dirty leg, go airborne. All right, so for my 3 least favorite duty stations, okay? Keep in mind, I hate being cold. There's a tie for 3rd, okay? Because I haven't been stationed at either of these, and I never will be. Alaska and Fort Drum in New York. Those come in 3rd place for not wanting to go there because they're cold. They're probably great units. Everyone that goes there generally loves them, honestly. But I just hate being cold. I've been warm my entire military career. Entire military career. Outside of rotations going somewhere cold. I've lived in a warm place. So me going somewhere cold, not gonna happen. Just saying. If you want to be cold and you like the cold, Drummond, Alaska are the places. Coming second was Fort Polk, Louisiana, home of JRTC, where units go to validate before they go on rotations or deployments. I happen to be stationed there with the 1st of the 509th in Geronimo. So I played Op 4, which is the bad guys, against the American units that were there to train. I didn't like Fort Polk because it was very secluded from the rest of the world. It was in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by a bunch of small little towns, and there was nothing to do. Nothing to do except go off post, go to the bar. The bars were trash. You go to the one Mexican restaurant in town, or you go to Walmart. And I think there was maybe one steakhouse in town. Not a lot to do for how big the base is. To caveat off that, there was also 4th Brigade 10th Mountain that was there when I was there before they deactivated all of 4th Brigade. And they were not a good unit. At least when I was there, they were not a good unit. They deployed all the time, but their soldiers there were always in trouble. Not so good. I liked my time at Polk, but it was also a rough time in my military career. So it definitely goes on the list for never wanting to go back to Fort Polk again. And finally, Drill Sergeant E's least favorite duty station. Drum roll. Hawaii. Yes. Hawaii. The freaking paradise. 25th ID. Never, ever, ever will I come back to this island again. This unit completely ruined Hawaii for me. Oh, I still have my headphones on. Let's take these off. I will never even come back here for a vacation. We live on Oahu here in Hawaii. And there's only so much you can do. You can only go to the beaches so many times. You can only go on the hikes so many times before it just starts to get boring. And then, to top that off, the units here are fucking... They're not good. They're not good. I wouldn't say... I wouldn't go as far as toxicity, but it's borderline toxic. They like to do things. They like to go places, but then they don't like to pay the soldiers that went early for Advon, stuff like that. They like to send people to Ranger School, but sometimes they want you to pay for your own flight there and say they'll get you on the backside. I've been to 5 duty stations. I've lived at 5 duty stations, and Hawaii to me is hands down my least favorite. And I thought it was going to be awesome because 25th ID is supposed to be high speed. They're light infantry. They're super light. But it's just not what I expected it to be. The island is expensive. Hawaiians are rude at times. And there's traffic for no reason. No reason. And the soldiers on this post are kind of douchebags. I don't know if it's the place or what, but it turns soldiers into idiots. So yeah, my least favorite is Hawaii. Now let's recap. Favorite duty station, one that I would go back to in a heartbeat if I could, was Vicenza, Italy, with the 173rd. That place was amazing. My least favorite, that I will never ever go back to, no matter what, Schofield Barracks, Hawaii, on Oahu, with the 25th ID. This island will forever be in my past. Thank God. On that note, Drill Sergeant E, signing out. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them in the comments below. Hope you all have a good one. Hey, and happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.